What can soybeans tell you about the trade war between China and the US? Do you like soy milk? Have you tried tofu? Soy products are highly popular in China. To many farmers on the other side of the Pacific Ocean, China's need for soybeans means a lot. Why soybeans are popular in China? As the living standards of the Chinese people keep improving, the country's need for soybean products keeps growing. Chinese people are also eating more and more meat, and soybean meal is the most common fodder for livestock raised for meat. Soybean meal is the world's largest source of protein feed, and it is consumed indirectly by humans through foods like chicken, pork, and beef. China was the first country in the world to grow soybeans. Since the mid-1990s, however, the country has imported more and more soybeans. In 2017, China imported 95 million tons of soybeans, accounting for 9/10 of the country's soybean demand and 2/3 of the global soybean trade. What does China's soybean market mean for the US? The US is the world's biggest grower of soybeans. More than 60% of its soybean exports were bound for China until 2018. As the trade war between China and the US heated up, the US sold $3.1 billion worth of soybeans to China that year, a staggering 75% drop from 2017. In terms of volume, China imported 1.6 million tons of soybeans from the US in 2018, a decline of 49.4% compared to the previous year. Such a dramatic decrease in soybean trade has been keenly felt by both countries. For the first half of this year, China imported 14.7% fewer soybeans. From the statistics just listed, it's obvious that the US has suffered more. In May 2019, the American Soybean Association released a statement in which it slammed the US government for trying to redress trade imbalances with trade partners through tariffs. Davy Stevens, president of the ASA, says that if the trade friction between the US and China continues, the damage will be increasingly difficult to reverse. US soybean farmers do not want to be the casualties of an endless trade dispute. To cope with the soybean impasse, both China and the US have taken some measures. The trade war forced Trump's administration to compensate farmers for 2 years with a combined total estimated to be as much as $28 billion. The agricultural community in the US believes the better solution to protect the interest of US farmers will be to bring an end to the trade dispute between the two countries.
The sentence used is trade, not aid. They want to be able to trade with these countries.
China has ramped up its soybean imports from countries like Brazil and Russia. China Grain Reserves Corporation, the country's largest grain reserve corporation, says that non-US soybeans can meet its operational needs. The processing operation runs uninterrupted, market demands are being met, and the price of soybean products has remained relatively stable. This November, China set its new record for soybean yield. Henong 71 yielded 2,797 kilograms per acre. According to the USDA's National Agricultural Statistics Service, the US average soybean yield was 51.6 bushels, or about 1,044 kilograms per acre in 2018. Robust new species is only part of China's effort to boost soybean self-reliance. China launched a soybean production revitalization plan earlier this year. The country plans to increase the total area of soybean planting land, boost the yield of the crop, and improve its quality. By 2020, China wants to increase soybean production by 20% compared to 2018 levels. Soybeans have become a barometer of the trade tensions between China and the US, with China often relaxing its control on soybean import when the trade war shows signs of thawing. Ending the trade war between the world's two largest economies altogether would not only help soybean farmers in the US affected by it, but also many other people in other industries too.